What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Monday Pandemic Update video. I am Data Report for datareport.info. Today is Monday, February 20th, 2023. I was debating whether or not to do this video because of two reasons. One, I already did two videos today with that special report on the incident in Ohio, and two, it is President's Day, which means lack of data. But I have found two news stories and a couple other things that need to be reported on. And as you know, the pandemic, it does not get talked enough in the media, so it's important that I do these videos, the pandemic updates, as much as possible and try to do them daily. So first off, taking a look at our COVID outbreaks, we do have one to report on. In Chapel Hill, North Carolina, there is an outbreak among school bus drivers. 25 workers who drive school buses in Chapel Hill, North Carolina are out sick and on COVID protocols. Not certain how many out of those 25 are actually confirmed COVID positives, but hey, this is going to cause a big headache for parents who need to get their kids to school, and the school buses are going to be delayed in this community. We also have a COVID positive to report on today. Peter Worth, who is the Senate Majority Leader in the state of New Mexico, tested positive for COVID either on February 18th or the 19th of this year. He is 61 years old. It was sometime over the weekend. We did not see an exact date from any of the sources. I had two sources, including the Albuquerque Journal and KOAT, a television station, and neither of them stated the exact date that he tested positive. Taking a look at the CDC transmission map, still 1,878 counties in this country are in high transmission. 713 are in substantial. Moderate makes up 416 counties, and low makes up 168 counties. Taking a look at the latest variants, the XBB.1.5 dominates with 80.2%. BQ 1.1 is 12.1%, BQ.1 is 3.7%, XBB is 1.5%, CH 1.1 is 1.2%. Alrighty, moving on to this. Now you're probably wondering, why the heck am I showing a Google Maps of traffic? There's a reason why. Remember, I said it is President's Day, and this was President's Day weekend. This was from earlier today in New York State, along the New York State Thruway, heading southbound in New York, in the Kingston area, in the Catskills, New Pratt's, coming down to Newburgh. Yeah, look at all this traffic on the map that was going southbound on the Thruway. As a matter of fact, it was over a 50 to 60 mile area that was congested with traffic on the Thruway. What am I leading up to? You guessed it. A lot of people went to upstate New York for this weekend. A lot of people went to Vermont. Connecticut traffic map, if I could show that to you, that was very well clogged up as well. A lot of people went up to New England to ski this weekend, despite it being a warm winter. Yes, they've actually have snow up there, and they were able to make some snow recently. And yeah, this is a concern. So we're going to be watching New England's numbers as we go through this week and next week. And let's start off with the Walgreens with New England. Now, Maine, the positivity is dropping in Maine, 30.9%. That's a decrease of 10.1%. But taking a look here at New Hampshire, New Hampshire's down 12.7%. 24.1% is their current positivity. However, Vermont is at 26.7%, still an increase of 3.6% over last week, and prior week is 23.1%. New York State is at 42.2%, continuing up. Previous week was 40.1%, 2.2% increase. Massachusetts is rising, 37.9%. That's an increase of 2.6%, and the previous week's 35.3%. And real quickly, we did not add this. The national positivity is 32.7% today. Difference of 0.5% down. Prior week, 33.2%. And there is one tiny little bit of good news. I always like to find some good news somewhere, and I think I did here. 21,720 tests this week, 24,518 last week. That's actually a slight increase over what we saw yesterday. So the gap has gotten a little bit closer, and I'm going to hold out hope that maybe we can surpass last week's testing. That would be fantastic, but we'll see. Let's do a couple more states here. Arkansas's really, wow. 33.3% this week, 14% last week, 19.3% increase. That is really bad. How about neighboring Oklahoma? Yeah, Oklahoma's not good either. 31.2% this week, 21.6% last week. That's a difference of 9.5%. And we will end on Idaho. 34% this week in Idaho, 19.6% last week. That's a difference of 14.3% increase. That's a big increase. All right, New York City or New York State cases did update today. 1,297 cases added. 4.3% positivity. 7-day average is 4.4%. And as I said, hospitalizations in New York State did not update today. 2,107 and 232 people in the ICU. Taking a look at the national hospitalizations, 27,583 people are hospitalized according to the Modiva website. You can get a different number on the CDC or other sources. And as for deaths this week, taking a look at this week's deaths down here, or at least I should say the previous week, there were 2,869 deaths added last week. So while that is, or excuse me, 2,869 deaths added last week. While that is below 3,000 and it is dropping, that is still way too high. It's unacceptable. Quite frankly, if we have over 500 to 1,000 deaths in a week, I still personally consider that unacceptable because, I mean, we need to get a better handle on this. No one should have to lose their life to coronavirus. I mean, it's just sad that it's still happening. And it states yet again, the pandemic clearly is not over. Already, we will have another pandemic update again tomorrow. If you like all the various content that I put on my channel, hit the like and subscribe button down below. It helps me become more widely known. That way I can help inform and educate more people of the latest news, weather, or pandemic updates. Alrighty, thanks for watching, and stay safe, everyone.